All right. I tried to do a live video and invite you, and I'm sorry that that did not work out very well. And so there was a lot of like stop starts, and then it cut off at the end. So I'm just recording this. This is a great shot right here to see the fabric, even though I'm looking down most of the time. But I'd rather you get a good shot of the colors of the fabric rather than me. So I think this is going to be better. And maybe I'll try a live on another time. So what I wanted to talk about is I love Michelle Yeoh's fabric. She has been designing fabric for a long time, but just recently, very consistently, the last couple of years. And I wanted to talk to you about these fabrics. If you see something here that you want, I am willing to give you a discount. You just need to send me through humblequilts@gmail.com your order. And so I do have all of these on Etsy. If you want to go on there and like look at them, then you can still send me an email. So anyway, I'll try and tell you like how much I have while I'm doing this. So the first that line that I had that I was able to purchase was Bernard Hills. And so she is a friend of Bev and Claire Bernard. They all live in Australia. And Bev says, offered to lend me some of her antique quilts and fabrics with permission to reproduce them. So I'm sure as you're designing fabrics, you are always looking for places to get those inspirations from. So she lent her some amazing chintz fabric, and she came up, or some chintz quilts. And so she came up with these chintz fabrics and some secondary prints. So I just have a couple of fabrics left from that line that I was familiar with, Bernard Hills, but I want to share those with you. So the Blue Palm is the first one, and that is an awesome blue on blue. And it's actually just it's just a really nice color. So I have 1.5 yards of that. None of these I have too awfully much left of. Then sticking with the blue, I have the blue double wreath, which is really nice. And I only have 1/2 yard of that one left. And then I have the tan double wreath, which would make, I think it would make a great back. I just had a antique quilt quilted, and I love the back that I chose, but I think this would be a good option for an antique quilt too. So with this particular one, I have 4 yards. And then I have one more right here. This one is called the Fan Floral. Let me fold it up this way. And it has just a lovely soft coral and kind of a greenish blue in there. So with that one, I love that one too. I only have 1/2 yard of that one. So that's Bernard Hills. Then she did another line called the Yoville, and that was based on the Bernard's chintz or antique quilts. So she drew from quite a few quilts to do this line. The only one I have of hers on that is a double pink vine. And let me hold that up there. It's really beautiful. It actually is pretty bright. So you know how there can be some softer pinks and some brighter pinks? This is kind of a bright version, but a little would go a long ways in any reproduction quilt, as far as I'm concerned. So there is that. On this one, and I have that one, which is cut. I'm not sure why I have that one cut. Must have cut something wrong. And then I have a bigger piece. I have 5 yards of this. So that is, that's a really nice one too. So almost the most recent one that I have is Bucklebury Chintz. And it says, Michelle loves to collect antique quilts, and in particular, ones from the early 1800s. A quilt she collected while in France inspired Bucklebury Chintz. Her modern take brings in more colors, while the original she was inspired by were in tones of mauve and cream. These chintz prints have been around since the 16th century and originated from India. Bucklebury Chintz features paisleys, calico prints, and beautiful vines. So I'm kind of saying Bucklebury, but it's actually Buckle, like B-U-R-Y. So I don't know if it's Bucklebury exactly, but these are amazing. So I have got to do a little reach over here. All right, here is a lovely pink. This one is called Tossed Leaves, and it's got a great kind of a dark pink. It's got some different colors of pink in here with that lovely light pink background and some green and a little bit of the light blue. Don't know if you can pick that up. I think you can pick up a little bit of that. I have 1 yard of that. That's the Bucklebury. And then I have, let's see, Scattered Flowers. Here we go. Now I've got the names right. Now that I've already done this once, I don't have to be stuttering over. Okay, Scattered Flowers in a gorgeous pink. I love this one. And it has that really light kind of blue in the center of those flowers, and then the darker pink. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like you can pick that up over there. So this one, I think, is really beautiful. I have 2 yards of that. And then I have the red version of that. And that also has that blue in the inside of the flowers. So that is really, I don't know if you can see it, but it's not really a solid. It's actually like a tiny, tiny pin dot in the background. And I really think that I like that so much better than a solid. So the red and the pink seem to be a lot of my favorites. So the red scattered, I just took this off the bolt because it's easier for me to not have it on a bolt. I have 6 yards of that. That is really pretty. So, and then another one that I have is the pink vine leaves is what, I don't know, that's what I'm calling it. This is really beautiful too. It's got a few different shades of pink in the flowers. And then the inside of that flower either looks really dark blue. I believe it's dark blue. So that one is really nice. So that is the pink vine leaves. I have 4 yards of that. So I should have showed the chintz first. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. So this, I have this in blue and have it in this gorgeous red. Let me turn that around. And it has so many beautiful colors in there. Looks like my bird. It has a great bird. Was that upside down? Yes, it was. But it has this wonderful blue, kind of a green. It has a purple. It has green. Has tan. It has a little bit of a lighter brown. Let me pull this around and see if I can get that bird to show you. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. So this is the main chintz that she really worked the rest of the fabric around. Like I said, I had it in a blue background. The blue was just amazing. It was just a deep, rich color. All right, that is all I have for that's all I have left anyway for the Bucklebury Chintz. That had an amazing Prussian blue in there that she does seem to put some great blues, maybe starting with that one and then working in the next line and the next 2 lines. She has an awesome, awesome Prussian blues in there. So the next line is Maria Kirk. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it. It was inspired by fabrics from 2 antique quilts from the 1830s and the 1840s. She purchased those quilts at the European Patchwork up in the Alsace region up in France. That is, if you ever get an opportunity to go there, it is a quilt show in 5 small villages, and it was incredible when I was able to go. So Michelle attended the show with her friend, Francois, who lives in Maria Kirk in the city of Ghent. While at the show, Francois and Michelle stayed in a family-owned hotel run by Marie Rose. The name Maria Kirk was selected because of the Maria theme throughout that trip that inspired that group. It includes a stunning floral print inspired by chintz fabrics of the 1800s in pink and teal, and then 2 wonderful serpentine prints. And I have the serpentine prints. They are just out of sight. So what I have left of this is this beautiful Prussian blue. It has the small little kind of greenish, really light greenish blue berries with the brown and the tan vines. This is just incredible. I'm going to need to take some of that and use that in something. I don't know for sure what, but okay. And then the serpentine prints. Here is pink, and I don't know if it'll pick it up. It's purple. Pink in the darker sections are purple, and it just has such great movement. It is really incredible and so beautiful. I think that this would make, you'd hate to waste it on the back of a quilt, but wow, wouldn't that be stunning to turn your quilt over and have this on the back? I love it. And I'm not a huge purple fan, and this one definitely has some purple in it, and it's gorgeous. This one is red and kind of a caramel color is what I'm calling it. Another amazing, beautiful print. And I think these would just be great in any kind of reproduction for sure. So those are the only 3 I have left of the Maria Kirk. She has 2 different lines coming out. One is coming out in October, which I have pre-ordered about 5 bolts, I think. It's called Philomena. And again, I don't really remember what it has in it, but I know they're going to be amazing. And I know it's going to have some more Prussian blue in there. So that should be pretty stunning. And then she's been sharing some of another upcoming line that's going to come up in, I think it's February of 2026. The old classic pillar prints. She has those in 2 different colorways. I'm going to order both of those. I mean, you just can't go wrong with a classic pillar print. It's going to be beautiful. It's big. It's floral. It's amazing. And I don't know if I really know quite how to use those, but I think you never pass up a pillar print. And then she'll have the Prussian blues. And then the other thing that's neat about that one is she's going to have an extra wide backing. So, and I think that was on an earlier line that I had that I don't have now. Maybe it was the Bucklebury, but it's going to be 108 inches wide. And so that is really great because then that makes it, and sometimes you just want one piece. You don't want to have to sit and piece the back. So that one is that line coming out in 2026. The first of the year is called The Lost Garden of Heligons. So I don't know, sounds a little bit like a fantasy to me, but maybe those pillar prints are going to be like a fantasy. So anyway, if you try to come on the live stream and we're unable to, I am sorry. So I think this is going to be much better. It maybe won't be as casual, but I think it'll be much better than what I had on there. So again, if you want to purchase any of these, I'll cut them half yards up to however much. Half a yard is about the smallest I want to cut. And you can look at more, you can look at them more up close on my Etsy, which is Humble Quilts by Lori. Or you can just send me an email at at humblequilts@gmail.com and tell me what you'd like. I can give you a total before I cut anything. If you have some ideas of what you may or may not like, I'll bill it through PayPal, or you can do Venmo, or you can send me a check. I'm easy. So anyway, thank you all so much for your patience, and I hope you enjoyed the Michelle Yeo fabric. I was able to meet her in Houston at the quilt show, and I didn't even know it was her until my friend Lori said, "Do you know that's Michelle?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." So anyway, I had to introduce myself. So anyway, you all take care, and thank you so much for your patience.